The war was never over, it was only sleeping. And now the silence has broken, darkness fills the screen. A faint heartbeat echoes, then a burst of sound, rubble falling, screams in the distance, fire flickering against shattered metal. The camera glides across the ruins of a city once filled with life, now reduced to ash and shadows. The world thought it was safe. But safety was only an illusion. Asterisk, the screen stays black for a few seconds, holding the audience in complete silence. A slow, deep hum begins to grow, like thunder crawling across the horizon. Out of the shadows, fragments of broken Avengers gear appear one by one, a cracked Captain America shield lying in the dirt, Iron Man's helmet scorched and dented, Thor's hammer covered in dust. A voice breaks the silence. It's heavy, almost whispering but filled with dread. We fought for balance, we sacrificed for peace, and yet the universe still bleeds. The visuals grow more intense. Flames rise in the distance, painting the sky red. A ruined New York skyline fades in, buildings torn apart, smoke curling upward like ghosts. The sound of sirens tries to pierce the destruction, but they fade away into nothingness. The screen shakes slightly as an unseen force steps into view, not fully revealed. Just the shadow of a figure larger than life. The narration continues. Heroes fell. Worlds shattered. But the truth is far darker than any of us believed. The music shifts, low strings pulsing like a heartbeat. The visuals move quickly now, showing tiny glimpses of destruction across the galaxy. An alien fleet burning through the sky over Wakanda. The ruins of Asgard, lit only by the glow of distant stars. Strange, twisting portals tearing open in deep space, showing glimpses of battles yet to come. Suddenly, the sound drops. Only silence. A child's voice whispers in the dark. Where are the heroes now? The question hangs heavy. The screen cuts to black again. A pause, longer this time, drawing the audience into the emptiness. Then a single metallic sound, clang, like steel against stone. Once, twice. The beat grows faster. It feels like war drums. The scene explodes back into life. Quick cuts flash before the viewer's eyes. Doctor Strange standing in the middle of a collapsing temple, his cloak torn, his eyes glowing with magic. Spider-Man swinging across a burning skyline, his suit battle-scarred. Wanda standing in silence, her eyes blazing red, energy pulsing around her like a storm barely contained. Thor, kneeling in the rain, lightning flashing across his face. His hand gripping Stormbreaker tighter than ever. The narration grows sharper, louder now, pulling the viewer deeper. The shadows are moving again. A power older than war, older than gods, has awakened. And it seeks not balance, not justice, only dominion. The music swells, drums pound. The audience feels the weight of something massive approaching. The visuals turn chaotic, worlds collapsing, cities crumbling, armies clashing in darkness. But then silence again. A single spark of light ignites on the screen. Slowly, it grows brighter, forming into the faint outline of the Avengers logo, cracked. Flickering but still standing, the narration softens to a whisper. The fight is not over. It has only just begun. Asterisk, the darkness lifts, revealing a world split between silence and chaos. The faint glow of dawn creeps across the horizon of a broken battlefield. The wind carries dust, ash, and the echoes of voices that no longer remain. For a moment the earth seems abandoned, but then, footsteps. Heavy, steady, unyielding, a figure emerges from the shadows. The camera moves slowly upward, starting at the ground, boots caked in mud, dragging across cracked concrete. A gloved hand clenches at a torn strap, the camera rising until the shield comes into view, not whole, not pristine, but reforged, scarred with lines of war. Captain America steps forward. His beard is grayer, his face hardened, his eyes filled with the quiet weight of battles lost. He does not speak, he does not need to. His silence says everything. He is ready to fight again. The music grows deeper, strings swelling with a slow, mournful theme. A voice enters, not from Cap, but from beyond, narrating the pain of what remains. They scattered across the stars, each carrying the ghosts of a war unfinished. But destiny does not wait. It pulls them back together. The visuals shift, sparks of orange light burn in the air, curling into a perfect circle. A portal expands, its golden glow cutting through the gray sky. From its center steps Doctor Strange. His cloak flows in the wind, scorched at its edges, yet still alive with color. His hands glow faintly as he surveys the ruins before him. His face is calm, but his eyes betray exhaustion. He has seen too much of what lies ahead. The camera lingers on his hand as it tightens into a fist, a sign that he too knows the fight is not done. Cut to thunder. The screen shakes as a bolt of lightning splits the sky. Thor appears, standing upon a high ridge overlooking the battlefield. Rain pounds around him, each droplet illuminated by the storm he commands. His gaze is cast downward, his hair heavy. His armor dented from wars fought far beyond Earth, but his weapon, Stormbreaker, pulses with energy, a reminder that even gods can fall, but they rise again. He raises the axe to the sky, and the storm answers with a roar. The narration deepens. When hope is nothing but embers, it takes more than courage to light the fire again. It takes sacrifice, it takes unity, it takes them. The screen cuts. Quickly, flashes of Spider-Man darting across a destroyed bridge, his mask torn at the side. His movements are frantic, desperate, yet unbroken. His youth has hardened into resolve. A brief shot lingers on his eyes through the mask, wide with both fear and determination, before he launches himself into the air. Webbing onto a crumbling tower, from another corner of the world, Wanda emerges. She stands alone in the ruins of Sokovia, her hair whipping through the wind, her hands trembling with raw energy. Her eyes flare red, casting a glow over the rubble around her. The ground cracks at her feet, as if even the earth fears her power. She whispers something inaudible, a name, perhaps, or a vow, before vanishing in a flash of scarlet light. The music rises sharply now, drums joining the strings. A montage begins, quick cuts of heroes scattered across the world. Black Panther's throne, empty but guarded by the loyal Dora Milaje, preparing for battle. Falcon soaring across stormy skies, his wings battered but still carrying him. Hawkeye drawing an arrow lit with fire, his face grim as he stares into darkness. Ant-Man standing in a lab filled with shattered glass, a quantum device flickering behind him. One by one they appear. Each alone, each scarred, but each standing. The narration returns, solemn yet powerful. They are broken pieces of a shattered shield. Alone, they are fragile. Together, they are unbreakable. The visuals slow. The screen fades into black for a beat. Then, a single shot, all of them standing on the same battlefield. The camera pans across their faces, showing the determination in their eyes. They do not smile. They do not speak. But their silence is louder than any words. The music swells into a triumphant crescendo. The Avengers theme echoes faintly, but darker, heavier than before. The logo of the Avengers flashes for a moment, fractured, scarred, then vanishes again. Final line of narration for this section. The world thought their story had ended, but legends never die. Asterisk, the music drops into silence. A faint vibration hums through the speakers, low and unsettling, like the sound of something vast moving just out of sight. The screen is black at first, but then a ripple of light cuts across it, revealing the stars. The camera drifts through deep space, gliding past shattered asteroids, broken moons, and abandoned spacecraft drifting like corpses in an endless ocean. The narration returns, voice sharp, deliberate. Balance was never enough. Peace was never meant to last. There is a hunger older than time itself. And now it awakens. The camera pushes forward until the stars themselves begin to bend, warping as though gravity itself is collapsing. A massive shadow looms in the distance, its form impossible to fully see, part armor, part living entity, a figure cloaked in darkness. A slow, metallic inhale echoes across the void, followed by the sound of chains rattling. For a moment, only the silhouette is shown, towering, alien, with eyes like dying suns. Then a voice, distorted, chilling, fills the silence. Thanos sought balance. He was weak. I seek dominion. And there will be no balance. Only obedience. The visuals cut rapidly, showing worlds trembling under this unseen power, a city crumbling to dust as a wave of dark energy sweeps across it. An alien fleet piercing Earth's atmosphere, blotting out the sky. Civilians running through chaos. The ground tearing apart beneath their feet. A temple in ruins, its walls inscribed with symbols that glow with unholy fire. The soundscape grows heavy, layered with whispers in a language not meant for human ears. The music swells back in, violins screeching, drums pounding like war. Suddenly, Iron Man's helmet slams onto the ground, sparks scattering as if ripped from a fight that couldn't be won. The camera pans upward. Tony's armor is active but unmanned, moving like a puppet under foreign control. The villain's voice cuts through again. Your heroes were brave, but bravery is a flame, and flames burn out. Cut to Doctor Strange, his eyes wide as he witnesses the villain's power through a vision. He mutters under his breath, This is not just another war. This is the end of the story itself. A flash of red lightning streaks across the sky, revealing the alien fleet in full. Their ships are vast, like floating fortresses, each one bristling with weapons that seem alive, pulsing as though feeding on the energy of dying stars. They form a ring around Earth, enclosing it like a cage. Quick montage of chaos, Hulk slamming into a massive creature twice his size, only to be thrown back. Wanda screaming as her magic collides with a blast of dark energy, the shockwave tearing apart buildings. Thor swinging Stormbreaker at the sky, his lightning striking one of the alien ships, only for it to heal itself instantly. Spider-Man trying to save civilians as explosions rain down around him. The narration builds again. Sharper, more urgent. They will fight. They will bleed. But the enemy does not seek victory in battle. The enemy seeks ownership of the universe itself. The camera cuts to the villain's throne, a jagged, towering seat carved out of black stone, suspended in space. The villain finally steps into partial light. His armor glistens like obsidian, his form massive, his presence suffocating. His face is still hidden, but his hand grips a weapon that hums with power, a spear forged from the fragments of destroyed Infinity Stones. He leans forward, his voice resonating with unshakable finality. I am not balance, I am not mercy. I am the dominion of all things, and this time no Avenger will stand. The screen cuts to black. A pause. Then the sound of distant screaming, muffled explosions, and a final whisper from the villain, so close it feels like it's spoken directly into the audience's ear. Kneel or perish. The music slams back in with a violent crescendo. A rapid sequence of flashing images hits the screen, Cap leading a charge through fire. Strange chanting and incantation as reality fractures around him. Ant-Man shrinking and diving into the circuitry of a colossal alien weapon. Wanda releasing a wave of crimson energy that engulfs the horizon. A mysterious figure in shadow, perhaps ally, perhaps enemy, watching from the edge of the battlefield. The Avengers logo flickers faintly, cracked and glowing red. Then it shatters into dust, leaving nothing but darkness. The narration closes. The section with a chilling line. This is no longer about saving the world. It is about surviving it. The silence breaks with a single sound, the sharp clash of steel on steel. Sparks scatter across the screen, illuminating the darkness. Like fireflies in a storm, the music swells back in, not as a slow build but as a sudden eruption, drums pounding, choirs rising, horns blaring like war horns from another age. The camera sweeps across a battlefield that stretches beyond sight. The ground is scorched, torn apart by craters littered with broken weapons and burning machines of war. The sky is alive with chaos, alien ships battling jets, bolts of energy tearing across the horizon, portals opening and collapsing in violent bursts. The world is not just under attack. It is unraveling. The narration cuts in, urgent, heavy. Every sacrifice, every battle, every loss has led to this moment. Suddenly, Captain America charges forward, shield in hand, colliding with an enemy twice his size. His face is grim, but his eyes burn with relentless fire. The screen flashes to Thor, descending from the sky with lightning exploding around him. Stormbreaker slicing through an alien beast in a single, blinding strike. Doctor Strange conjures a whirlwind of portals, each one spilling Avengers into the fight. Falcon soaring through one, Hawkeye firing from another, Ant-Man leaping onto a giant's back. Strange himself hovers mid-air, hands weaving complex patterns of light. Reality bending and fracturing as he pushes himself past his limits. The music spikes with intensity. The trailer becomes a flurry of rapid, breathtaking images. Hulk smashing through enemy lines, his roar shaking the battlefield. Spider-Man swinging across collapsing towers, narrowly dodging blasts of red energy. Wanda screaming as a wave of crimson magic erupts from her, throwing back dozens of foes. Black Panthers army surging forward with shields raised, the Dora Milaje leading the charge. Rocket leaping onto an alien war machine, firing in every direction. Explosions lighting up the night sky. Then a sudden shift. The sound cuts, leaving only the echo of a single heartbeat. The visual slow to near stillness. A shot of Tony Stark's old recording plays faintly, his voice fragile, echoing, "If we can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it." The heartbeat quickens. The visuals return with explosive force. The Avengers unite at the center of the battlefield, standing shoulder to shoulder as the villain's army surrounds them. Their faces are battered, their weapons scarred, but their stance is unbroken. The narration rises again, voice fierce, unyielding. This is not just a fight for one world. It is the fight for all worlds, for the future itself. The villain appears once more, stepping forward into full view. His weapon glows with fragments of Infinity Stone power, pulsing like a living heart. He points it toward the Avengers, his voice echoing like thunder. "Your future ends today." The heroes answer not with words, but with action. Cap raises his shield, Thor grips Stormbreaker, Strange's hands ignite. Wanda floats above the ground with scarlet fire burning around her, and Spider-Man crouches low, ready to strike. Together they charge. The screen explodes into chaos. Thor collides with the villain, lightning cascading through the sky. Strange opens a portal beneath an alien beast, sending it crashing into space. Wanda locks eyes with the villain, her magic colliding with his spear in a blast that cracks the ground apart. Spider-Man catches falling debris mid-battle, saving civilians as destruction reigns around him. The music reaches its peak, fast, relentless, overwhelming. The choir roars, the drums thunder. The sound of battle merges with the score until it feels like one unstoppable force. Quick flashes of iconic moments, the kind that leave audiences breathless. Cap wielding Mjolnir once more, striking down waves of enemies. Hulk catching a collapsing ship with both arms, his roar shaking the earth. Strange collapsing but still chanting, holding a barrier against impossible odds. Wanda screaming as her power shatters a colossal war machine into fragments. A silhouette, perhaps new allies, perhaps long-awaited legends, stepping out of the shadows at the very last second. The narration slams in with the final line of the section. The end is not written. The future is not given, it must be fought for. The music cuts abruptly, leaving only the sound of one last, powerful strike, a collision that lights up the screen in white. Fade to black.